The successions of pills wanted to define and account a little for what culture is, what cultures are, indeed, because each society of each era has its own, which has its similarities, but also its more or less deep differences with each culture of another time and of elsewhere. Everyone nourishes a spontaneous and commendable affection and attachment to the culture in which he or she was initially immersed, as well as to the family that spawned and educated them. This attachment, this respect, this love are due to their culture in all justice, because everyone owes their culture the type of human they have become. Without a proper culture, everyone would be most beastly than human. Does this mean that every culture is good? That all cultures are equal? That it is always a crime to modify or seek to improve your own culture or another people's culture? The democratic mentality is increasingly forcing us to think so. More and more cultures claim that. It has become fashionable to hate the foreigners who have influenced the culture of other countries and brought about them a deep change. The Spanish conquistadores, for example, the colonizers of Africa, the English and French conquerors of North America. Yet, this is pernicious fanaticism, not to say crass ingratitude. Culture, like parents, like every individual, can be wrong and therefore can need to be rectified. To what recognize as such a need? How to compare cultures? What criteria legitimately make one better than the other? In all of these questions, it is human nature that provides the measure. The whole raison d'être of culture is to complement basic human nature, to compensate for what it leaves indeterminate. Therefore, a culture is good and valuable to the exact extent that it complements and perfects this human nature, but vicious as long as it upsets it, undermines it, compromises it. So it is only a fair definition of human nature that empowers us to judge a culture and that suggests how to emphasize its benefits while correcting its deficiencies. This declaration applies to all aspects of culture, customs and laws, literature and music, language and propriety, morality and government, philosophy and theology. Two extreme positions should be avoided: despising traditions which transmit culture or idolizing them to the point of refusing any examination and correction. Unfortunately, the cultures themselves generally maintain these suicidal inclinations. Besides, globalization, the development of communications, the ease of travel force cultures to rub shoulders much more, to know each other and to exchange elements, to enrich each other. This is especially remarkable in relation to cooking, clothing, music, cinema. Unfortunately, especially when they affect the most valuable elements of culture, these exchanges are not necessarily positive, nor are the elements they force to abandon necessarily negative. The most influential cultures can communicate their mistakes and slippages, with the risk of gradually making them the common lot of all cultures. Moreover, the democratic mentality leads to shaping everything according to majority opinion. It thus adds an impulse towards mediocrity and resistance to excellence, a resistance that easily turns into persecution.